this is the look. Very, very simple. No belt, the Lock Me Louis Vuitton, and then this fabulous jacket that I found. Is this fabulous? Fabulous jacket. Okay, hey loves. I am blow drying my hair, and I wanted to just talk a little bit about tretinoin. It's an anti-aging cream. It helps with fine lines, age spots, and hyperpigmentation. It is amazing. I started using tretinoin in May of last year, and it's been an absolute game-changing play for me. I certainly felt like my skin was in great condition. This cream completely transformed my skin. I now stand up in a very even complexion. I use it, as you can see, I use it on my neck. I apply it to my chest, the back of my neck, and also the tops of my hands. It was amazing what the transformation with my hands. I also have started using it underneath my arms. And summer is coming, ladies. You need to go ahead and get it. So I use the Ordinary toner. I apply the toner underneath my arms. And that also brightens your underarm area. Okay? So use it under my arms. And I can see a difference in, I can see the progress. It's a little dark in this area here. And I notice that I have a little darkness here. So I'm going to apply it. Now that it's lighter, I can see that where I didn't notice it before. So I'm going to take it down the side of my armpit. A little goes a long way. Take it along the sides of my armpit, here on the side, and you will notice that your skin will start to peel. I actually used it on my ears. I have very sensitive skin and bruise very, very easily. So I noticed, actually it was my stylist that noticed a little discoloration from holding the phone up against my ear. And I noticed like a little skin, and I just pulled it and not remembering, and my entire ear area just completely peeled. But you can see this is where the discoloration was, and it's lightening. I didn't have the discoloration on this side, but what I do to one side, I do to the other side. And so that's tretinoin. This tube I started using in May. I still probably have a couple months, because a little goes a long way, and I probably have a couple months in this tube that I can still use. I've already received my second tube. I actually put, because the company that I use, and I'll drop their information in the description, the company that I use ships out after evaluation a tube every 3 months, but I still hadn't even used half the tube. So I canceled my second tube, and then this would be the third. I wouldn't necessarily advise you doing that, because then you have to pay the consultation fee all over. So instead of it being like $60, it's $90. So that, you know, you can make that decision. But I think the initial prescription with a consultation was $90 is what I was charged. And then a refill is $60. Tretinoin, it's a game changer. Another viewer shared with me an over-the-counter product that she found very effective for those that did not want to invest in the prescription. If I'm not mistaken, I think Neutrogena makes it. If you're listening and you want to drop that information or you've watched this video, please share that. And so I use the tretinoin. Of course, you cannot put it underneath your eyes, right? Cannot put it on my lips, but just take it around my mouth. And then when I do this, I use extra moisturizer. So this evening, as my moisturizer, I went in with the Biossance Vitamin C Rose Oil, and I applied that heavily on my face, let that dry for 20-30 minutes, and then apply the tretinoin. So it like I said, it's an absolute game changer. There's a little bit I noticed on, so I don't know if I just don't catch this. I notice a little bit of discoloration right here on my face, on both sides. So that may just be my cheekbone, I'm not really sure, and maybe how the light is hitting it, but just to be sure, I'm gonna hit it with a little cream. So, game changer, absolute game changer. We're using tretinoin from head to toe. I also put it on the tops of my feet. I use it on my knees as well. So I would encourage you, if you are seeing fine lines, you're seeing age spots, if you have hyperpigmentation, which I did. And so I was a swimmer, and wearing goggles and being in the sun, I always had this discoloration on my face, but which cleared up as I stopped swimming and I wasn't in the sun every day wearing goggles. But then as I've gotten older, or as I got older, I saw more darker areas, which are now all gone. It's a much better experience when I apply makeup. Now that I'm shaving my face, it's smoother. Make sure if you're going to start shaving that you're doing masks more often. Masks can be used 2 to 3 times a week. And then you want to make sure with tretinoin, you have to add moisture-rich products. When I started tretinoin, I had to start using the hyaluronic acid because that adds additional moisture. The ordinary toner adds moisture and brightens the skin. I did experience some sensitivity. So if you do experience sensitivity, just pull back on the product. I pulled back. I was having a burning sensation. So what I did was I pulled back on the product for 2 weeks. And as my astringent, I used Magic Molecule. And that's a product I've talked about and shared with you previously. And so I use Magic Molecule. And this heals the skin of any wounds, acne. So if you find that you've got bumps on your face or you have a breakout, just use this product. The next morning it will be as though it never even happened. Amazing, amazing. It comes in a much larger size. This is the travel size. This is going to be the perfect product to take with me on my trip, and I'm so excited to share that with you and have you guys actually experience it with me. So I will be filming from that location and will be dropping a vlog while I'm there and just sharing my experience with you on that trip. So I can't wait to share that with you. And then I'm going to do a special Get Packed with me in preparation for this trip. Tretinoin is a game changer. If you have any questions about the product, please let me know. Like I said, I started using it in May. Absolute game changer. I ordered it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. I had it by Saturday. It happens very quickly. It's an online pharmacy, and they have consultants and doctors doctors that you will consult with. You'll set up an account. They'll ask you for photos, and they will do an evaluation of your skin and make recommendations on what is best. If you are using tretinoin and you have your eyebrows microbladed, you may have to do your touch-ups a little bit more frequently, because even though you're not putting it over the eyebrow area, what Sonia has shared with me is that it penetrates the skin and still will cause your brows to fade a little bit more, a little sooner than prior to your tretinoin journey. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It will not make them disappear, but you may have to do a touch-up. Like I do an annual touch-up. I probably now need to do a touch-up every 6 months just because of that. Okay, it's important with tretinoin that you apply it at night, because you cannot have direct contact with the sun, and then you do need to use a sunscreen. I use Kiehl's, and they have an SPF of 50 plus. I'm going to be traveling with that as well, because it's going to be really, really important that I have the appropriate coverage with it. And so this is the travel size. I haven't really considered it. I would really consider it as an absolute game changer. All right. That's it. Let me know if you have any questions about tretinoin, and I'll see you soon. I'm getting ready for a dinner out, and I've applied my regular primer, and then I've added the Power Grip primer. I'm just going to try that a little bit. So I've got dinner plans this evening, date night in the city. So I'm going to quickly do my hair, which I shampooed yesterday. And it was a full day. And so doing a quick makeup, I've got a date night tonight. In the city. Generally don't like to have to rush makeup, but it's been a full day. It's been a full day, ladies. Valentine's Day weekend is not generally something that I have made plans for as a single woman, but we're doing new things and we're attracting what we desire in our life. And so not only do I have one, I have two dates in the next couple of days. And so I've applied the Color Correct under my eyes. I've applied Color Correct, and now I'm adding in the highlighter. Somebody tell me if night sweats ever go away. I was talking to my mom and she says they never go away. I asked her why she didn't tell me this. Like, why didn't I get this information? Sheesh. I like to add a little bit of setting spray. It helps in between. And I put some translucent powder, oops, to fill in lines. And I have gotten this all over my shirt. I might go with the one earring because I can't get that thing in. And so I have applied so I'm going to go with simple makeup tonight. Just something simple. My makeup is always simple. If anyone has tips on I have 20 minutes to be ready. See if I can make a miracle, ladies. I think I can. I know I can. Always hit the neck. always make sure I get contour. I'm going with, so I added the primer, the grit primer that's supposed to actually keep the makeup from smudging off your face or smearing. We'll see how that feels. Feels a little heavy. Of course, going with a setting spray, and your face should be wet when you're finished with that. So I'm gonna rock my Lock Me. This was actually a present to myself. Gosh, 4 years ago. I bought this for myself for Valentine's Day. And today, I'm gonna rock her. She's one of my favorite bags. Nothing is more embarrassing than not working in your contour. Sheesh. So I just cannot get this earring in my ear. I have tried and tried and tried, and I'm gonna keep trying, and I'm gonna open up this hole. Like, geez. There it goes. So I'm gonna just hit my hair just a little bit. with simple jewelry. Very simple accessories. So this is the look. Very, very simple, all black. So this is very simple. I'm doing an open toe heel with no belt, my Lock Me Louis Vuitton, and then this fabulous jacket that I found. Is this fabulous? Fabulous jacket that I found in December. And that's it. This jacket is amazing. It's got pockets and then a clasp that connects right here. What'd you think, ladies? Very simple makeup. Hair is simple, classy, and off I go. So I just finished my nighttime routine with tretinoin. And I was talking about how I use it on my hands and feet. And shortly after, a viewer and really provided some great information on things that we can add to our skincare routine and applying cold water after we use our products. So I'll go back and read that, and so thank you so much. And actually, let me just take a look at it right now. We jump in and me share any further thoughts. Let's look at the comment. I thought it was amazing. Oh, it's from Vicky. So hi Vicky, you are a retired cosmetologist and esthetician. Thank you so much for your comments and your participation. Love seeing your messages. So what you've said we need to do is add a splash of ice water on your face after you've rinsed off your facial cleanser and after you removed your mask. Wash with lukewarm water and then rinse with cold. Add your toner and witch hazel. Yes, which I have witch hazel and I love it, so I'll add that in. So thank you so much. And also for eye puffiness, cold cucumbers or iced coffee on a cotton ball. Let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes. Lightly rinse off and apply the eye moisturizer. Don't forget your neck and upper chest. Always wear good sunscreen. Thank you so much for that. I actually shared in the video that I filmed a little while ago that I use Kiehl's sunscreen. It's 50 plus SPF. So thank you. I have not been consistent with that. I noticed, Vicky, that when I use the sunscreen, my makeup kind of cakes underneath it. So I'm not sure what that's about, so maybe you can provide some perspective on that. That would be awesome. I love this. I love, 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 love. You said Pond's is a good moisturizer. Vicky, this is awesome, and this is the kind of feedback that I love, and that it's amazing how we all can just share information back and forth and help each other just glow all the way up. So I ran into one of my neighbors earlier today. He's become a great friend. He's connected me with some other great, amazing people. Not that it's important, but he played in the league and has really kind of connected me with some of his network, which has been great. It's actually how I got connected to Dr. Sebi's team, is through him. He played professional basketball. So anyway, I ran into him earlier today and he was like, girl, like, you look amazing. I can see the complete transformation that has taken. Like, what are you doing? what are you doing food wise? What are you doing? What's your regimen? Because you look amazing. So that was such an incredible compliment to the things that we have been doing here together to just glow all the way up. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm no makeup, just clean face, well moisturized, the skin is moisturized. You know, and I talked to you guys about the products that I use. Night sweats have started a little bit, so I've pulled back on my evening body oil. I use the Aveeno body oil, and it is amazing. It comes in a bottle with a sprayer, so you don't have to worry about using too much product, and it just is amazing, an amazing product. So I'll share that information in today's video, in the description of this video, that product that I've started using, and I just use it at night. So during the day, what I use for my skin is the Gold Bond, the Shea Butter. And that one has a 24-hour moisture hold. And let me tell you, I use that at night. You know, I use it during the day, after my shower in the morning, and then the shower in the evening. And when I shower the next morning, my skin feels silky smooth. It's amazing. I started using it because I introduced a new allergy medicine, and it was making, right, because it dries things up, right, and it was making my skin very dry. So I literally went into one of the stores, I bought every single dry skin lotion that they had, and I just started going through and trying them. And then this is what I was left with, and it's this amazing product, and I've been using it for about 3.5 years now. Amazing. So we're going to jump in and talk about hands and feet. Now, one of the things that I have pulled back on is how much paper I print and use. In my quest to operate without printing contracts, without printing documents, and just use everything soft copy, that has reduced how dry my hands are. And so I don't have to get manicures every visit. I now can do them once a month or once every 6 weeks, and that's plenty. So that's been one thing that I've changed. When I do a lot of hefty living in the kitchen, I'll put gloves on. I've not been as consistent with it. When I was wearing white SNS powder, I was wearing the gloves all the time because I noticed that the white gets dingy over time. And now I've changed over to this ballet pink color that I just love, and a little bit of rhinestones on a couple of the fingers on each hand, and I just love that. So that color holds up very nicely, and I found that since I started doing that, I actually don't wear the gloves as often. Amazing product. Okay, this is a tub of God's butter. I found this small business owner in St. Croix at a pop-up show that was making these incredible smelling and feeling body butters. Shared the product with a friend of mine, and a friend of mine actually gifted me this, and this is the 20-ounce jar. I mean, let me put my cell phone up against it. You can see how large of a bottle it is, a jar it is, right? And so this stuff is amazing. And he makes all of these products by hand. The larger sizes have to be special ordered. And it's amazing. So I use this every single night on my hands and feet. And when I do this, not only are my hands and feet, the cuticles are soft and moist, I sleep like a kid who was playing in the streets all day. I don't move. And so he prays over this product. He prays special blessings. I had an opportunity to actually speak with him and share time with him. He introduced me to crystals and the power of wearing crystals and the energies they emit, and how when you gravitate towards one or the other, it's an indication of something that you need, right? From a balance, holistic place. And so he makes these, I wish you could smell it. This is the coconut mango, and it's amazing. And so what I do is I just take it, put it in my hand, and I just massage my hands with it, and I rub it along my cuticle, on every finger, and then I begin actually massaging my hands with it, and it's amazing. And I do the same thing with my feet. So this is the last thing I do before bed. I should be stretching, so I'll do a stretching session. So stretching is something that should be happening before bed and when we get up in the morning, right? And so if you're not stretching, I'll need to ask you to start doing it, because as we get older, we've got to make sure, and regardless of how old you are, you should be stretching every day. But if you're doing a lot of sitting during the day like I am, the hamstrings, these muscles get very short, right? And so stretching, it's important that we stretch. It helps with circulation. If you're not stretching, you can start experiencing, pain underneath your feet, and so I take this cream and I do the same thing with my feet. Right? And so it helps keep the soles of my feet very moist. I massage the top of my foot into the arch, and then I run my fingers all through, basically underneath the soles of my feet, right? And so when you do that, first of all, it feels amazing, right? I'll notice that my feet will start to pop because everything is realigning. Another thing that's really good to do if you're not doing it is wear yoga socks with the toes. It actually helps with your alignment. Kevin, my chiropractor, shared that and the value of doing that, and it kind of realigns things in small ways. Now, I'm someone who gets adjustments very consistently, but what I noticed, as the toes are realigned and are in place where they're supposed to be, which is what the yoga socks will do, and it's the yoga socks with the individual sections for the toe. When I massage, I take it up my foot, behind my ankle, and as you do that, you may hear things pop, which is good. Unless it's causing you pain. I'm not medical, but this is something that I do, and it helps with circulation. It relaxes me. I'm able to push things out away from me, right? So I take, instead of pushing things up into your body, you want to massage and push out, right? Feels amazing. And so I do the same thing with the cuticles and the nails. So I take this body butter and I massage it into my cuticle. I push down into my ankle, and I know you didn't hear that, but my ankle popped because I'm just massaging everything in a downward motion. And I also shared earlier that I use tretinoin on the tops of my feet. I also use tretinoin on my knees and the tops of my hand. And so as I'm massaging down in a downward motion, things are popping. And like I said, when I do this, I'm not going to say sleep like a baby, because babies get up every 3 hours. I'm not about that life. So I actually said that once to a client, and I was like, man, I'm like, I slept like a baby. And the client was like, babies don't sleep through the night. I was like, oh, he's right. Some babies anyway. So I stopped saying that. So I sleep like a toddler who ran and hung out all day, wore themselves out, and they don't move. I literally do not move when I do this. I sleep so soundly, and I attribute that to all the goodness that he puts into this product, right? The wellness that takes place as I release the things that I carried all day, right? And this is one of the ways for me to make sure that I'm not taking things into the next day, or I'm taking as little as possible, right? By me just caring for myself in this way. You know, at one point I'm like, wow, this would be great if I had a partner to do this every day. But but that's not my life, right? So what my life is as a single woman living alone, I make sure I give myself what I need, right? And if I'm not clear on what I need, how can I guide someone to give me the things that I claim I need if I'm not clear on what those things are? So been very fortunate to be able to spend a lot of time with myself, getting to know myself, and really, being very clear on what it is that I need. And so that's kind of my process. And then I'll also take it, and I'll rub it up against my arms, and I'll massage. And a lot of times I'll take actually that massage gun and massage my arms, the tops of my arms. This feels amazing. And again, we're pushing it away, right? We're pushing anything that we're holding away and pushing it out of our body, not pushing it back up in. We want to push it and release it out. And as I do this, my back pops, my wrist, and it just realigns everything. So that's what I do every night. And so it helps keep my feet, the tops of my feet, the soles of my feet very moist. My cuticles are healthy. There is I don't even know if they sell it anymore. It's called the egg. And I use that with dry skin to clean any dead skin. It actually shaves very gently the dead skin off of my heels and the sides of my feet, under the soles of my feet. So I do that very consistently. I also have a nail brush that I use, and I scrub my feet in the shower, the tops of my feet, the bottoms of my feet, in between my toes. Being an island girl, right? You can wear flip-flops and you get in the shower. Let's say you don't touch your feet at all. You use a washcloth and you wash your body, but you don't actually scrub your feet. If you get out of that shower and look at the bottoms of your feet, all of the dirt may not have been removed. And that's the thing about flip-flops. You're gonna pick up dust and dirt as you're walking with those flip-flops on, right? So just being an island girl, making sure that my mom is a girly girl, right? She is everything girly, and all of her sisters, all of my aunts are everything girly. And so self-care is an important part of their upbringing and is a very important part of their lives. And those things were given, my mom gave us all of those things. As we watched her care for herself, I started using bath oil at 11 or 12 because I saw my mom use it. So I started with Johnson & Johnson baby oil, and then over the years I've had to use different products tried Neutrogena has a bath oil that I really like, but the Savino product, it is amazing and smells incredible. It's very light, and the skin is very moisturized, and it gives the skin a really nice glow. Like jaw-dropping glow. So it's something you really need to add to your life. So, okay, so then I have a nail brush, right? You use the egg with the feet dry. So I do that before I get into the shower, and I will do that at least once a week, probably once a week. The nail brush I use every shower, so I use that twice a day. And then, or 3 times if it's the summer months and I take a shower in between. I have a pumice stone that I use, and I use that about once a week. The key to the pumice stone is, and I found the brand that was used by most of the salons. So I really found a nice quality brand that I use. And the key to that is when you use it in the shower, add lotion to the pumice stone and then exfoliate the bottoms of the feet and the heels and the soles of your feet, and you will see that dry skin come off. If you do it without the lotion, you will see some of the dry skin removed, but it will not remove all of it, and it won't keep your feet soft. And that's the thing, that's the really critical, important part. You want your feet to remain very soft. So those are the things that I do. I have and when I do that, I don't have to have pedicures as often, and I just do polish changes, which are just a fraction of the cost, right? A pedicure may be $60 and a polish change is $20 or $15 depending on where you go. So because I don't have to do a pedicure every visit, every time I go to the nail salon to have a pedicure, in air quotes, done. It's just a polish change. And then once every 6 weeks, I will then have a pedicure done because I'm maintaining, right? Right. So because I am the affordable girl, we want to call in all the money, but we want to manage it well. And so I am focused on what is affordable. You can go, if you don't wear S&S or you don't wear acrylic and you just want to have your nails painted, you can do a polish, just have them polished, and that's a fraction of the cost, and do your pedicures depending on how if your cuticles are very dry, you may have to do a manicure maybe every 6 weeks, not dry, but thin. So my cuticles used to be very thin, and so when I would have a manicure done, I would get a lot of peeling in my cuticle areas, and I haven't had that happen in a long time. One, the technique in which the technician is using, the nail tech, if they're cutting and pulling, that is also going to cause some peeling. An Asian woman gave me a really good tip with lemon. One really, really good tip is warm lemon water on an empty stomach every morning. That will start to shave pounds off of you. Okay? It's magic. I haven't done it in a while. I drink diatomaceous earth, and I go through periods where I'll drink it for 10 days and then I won't have it again. But what it does is it makes that stomach fat. But the warm lemon water pulls excess sodium out of your body, so that's really good. And if you do that consistently every day, you will start to see your body drop inches and then pounds, because generally you'll see inches first, right, before you actually see pounds lost. So I digress. So with the lemon, you take a lemon that you may have used to make lemon juice, and you've got it left over, you take it and rub your cuticles with it. Just every time you think about it. When I say think about it, like not multiple times during the day, but maybe 3 times a week. If you think about it 4 times a week, then you do that, and you just brush the lemon onto your cuticles, and it will strengthen the skin. And I actually did that for years, and I really don't have any problems with my cuticles anymore. Another really great product is, and I didn't know this until recently, is A&D ointment. I had to purchase it for my microblading, and when I went to the store to pick it up, it's something that you can actually use also on your lips. It will help with chapped lips. And you just take a little bit and you put it on your lips, and I do that before bed. My lips tend to be dry, and I have these really weird, like, wrinkly things, and I think that's just because they're dry. So if anyone has a tip how I can de-wrinkle my lips, please help a sister. And so I will also take this A&D and put it on my cuticles, right? And so I'll do this generally during the day. I sleep with my hands up against my face, so I avoid doing this at night so I don't have A&D ointment all over my face. Even though it can't hurt. It can't hurt, I guess. Don't know the answers to that. So that's what I do for hands and feet to help keep things moist. This A&D ointment is amazing. I put that on the cuticles, like I said, as well. And then I massage my hands with it as well. And so those are the things that I do with my hands and nails. You know, of course, I also get manis and pedicures. My pedicures, I only do cuticle cleanup every probably 6 weeks. It might be a little bit longer, but it's because I maintain everything. I make sure that I am moisturizing my cuticles. I have cuticle cutters at home, so if I do have a hangnail, I'll clip it, or I do have a little bit of a dry skin, I'll clip it. But for the most part, I kind of leave everything alone. If I go a little bit longer in between my appointments, I just take an emery board and shorten it, take my time, put my glasses on, and just shorten my nails if my appointments go, because my nails grow really fast. And so lately I've been going every 2 weeks, but I normally try to do it every 3. And then I kind of shorten the nails in between the visits. So that is what I do for hands and nails, and it helps keep hands and feet, keeps my hands and my feet very soft, because that's super important. Body scrubs are really good as well. I also use tretinoin on my elbows. If you'll notice, it's not it's very light underneath my elbows because I've been using it on my elbows as well. And so that is it for my routine. Body scrubs are really important, or body polishers. I actually used to make my own body scrubs, but now in condo life, I've stopped doing that because some of the carrier oils that I have to use, we want to keep that out of the drain as much as humanly possible. So, but with the other products that I'm using, I find that I need those body scrubs less frequently, or those polishers less frequently. If anyone has products that they really enjoy, please share them in the comments. I'd love a good scrub. I love a good scrub, and something that would be really friendly for my sink drains would be very much appreciated. So that's it for the night routine. The last thing I do before bed is I have a hot cup of tea. I look through emails and respond to any comments that I haven't responded to before I go to bed. So thank you so much for sharing time with me. It has been an incredible journey sharing time with you. I thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you sharing videos with your friends and family members, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Good night from Buckhead Village. You get to see the city behind me. I don't know how much of it you can actually see in the lights, but I leave these blinds open because I just love watching the city move. So thanks again for sharing time with me, and I'll see you again soon, love.